Here are the gloves I have accumulated since 2019. That's when I started gardening. I promise I don't have a problem. This is a separate type of glove, so we won't count that there. Even have my son soccer things. We won't include that in there. All right, no more here. So I have no idea how many I have total. I would say a good at least 30 pairs of gloves. And I'm sure that I have other ones too that are hidden somewhere. I know I probably have not thrown any away. If I did, it's probably no more than 2 pairs. But I'm pretty sure I have not discarded any of them. So let's separate them into the right and the left side. All right, so before I forget my numbers, I have 26 here, right-sided, and 22 that are left-sided. And you can see that I have lost some of the right or the left. I'm not going to include these because my husband was using these for something. So, and then I usually don't use these types of gloves for in the garden anyway, so we won't count those. I don't use really this one either. We're not going to include these disposable ones. All right. As a lot of you know, as gardeners, we use gloves for various things like potting up soil, weeding, just anything that's related to gardening to keep our hands nice and free from dirt, nice and clean, and as a way to protect our hands as well, especially if we're handling items where we could get pricked, stung, bit. Anyway, I thought I would have used a lot more gloves. I noticed that the right side gloves tend to have more holes in there compared to the left side. So sometimes you'll see me use 2 different gloves because, you know, the right side typically has holes in there and the right side or the left side would not. Now, I bought these gloves at various places. A lot of the gloves came from Harbor Freight. I bought them at the big box stores. I think those are the 2 places that I would buy them. Big box stores, Harbor Freight. I have not bought any gloves online before. So, and maybe Tractor Supply as well, I think. Tractor Supply also, but not, you know, not often. I would say the gloves themselves, I don't think they're that bad. The problem why I have issues with them is because I am using the gloves mostly to weed. And when I do that, I typically see that the forefinger or the pointy finger and the middle finger are usually the fingers that would get holes in the glove. So you can see right there. And you can imagine I'm weeding, I'm doing this action a lot. So, and I'm digging into the soil as I am weeding. So that could explain why a lot of the gloves on the right hand side would get holes. So hole in that one. I don't have the other side to this one. This one is good. This one is good. This one is bad, bad. This one, the middle finger and some part of the thumb. There's a hole there. Hole there. Look at this one. Middle finger and the forefinger. Let's see this one. This one is good, but I don't know where the other side went, so we'll put in the good pile. Middle finger. The forefinger looks good. This one, middle finger, and this one is a ring finger, which is interesting. Nothing. The forefinger is still good. Pointy finger. This one is good. It looks like it's made out of leather, but it's tough. It's very tough. I need to find the other one. So we'll put that in the good pile. This one looks good. I'm surprised. This one, forefinger. So you can see as I'm going through these, oh, this is the wrong hand. So we'll subtract that out. So 25 instead of the 26. And this one is good. Middle finger, forefinger and middle finger. Same. Look at this one. I've used this one quite a lot. So thumb, pointy finger, and the middle finger, even the ring finger. So that one was well used. This one is good. Probably this one, I shouldn't be even weeding with this, but sometimes I do. So this one is good, but that's not something that I should be using for weeding anyway. This one, I'm surprised. This one is still good. This one, I'll use it for repotting, and it works out great. So that one is good. So I know this is kind of boring, but I want you to see the difference and to also point out some things. So this one is interesting. This is, there's a tear right there. Nothing to do with weeding. It's just a malfunctioned glove. So let's see on this side. So this one is good. Good. All right, so we'll put on that side. Good. This one is, I don't know, there's a little hole here. We'll put it in the no good pile. Good. No good. No good. Looks like I hardly even use this. I will consider this still good. There's no hole. Remember the other side where there were a lot of holes? Well, this one is still good. Oh, I switched to. We'll go back and keep it at 26. So still 26 on this pile. This one has a hole. This one was used a lot. This part broke off, but this is still good. We're going with the holes. There, bad. This one has a hole. This one is no good. Good. No good. All right, so let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 6, 7, 8. All right, I had to pause the camera and did some calculations. So it actually turns out that there are only 21 left-sided gloves, not 22 that I stated in the beginning, but the right-sided gloves are the same as what we stated in the beginning, 26. So we separated into good and bad gloves. Good gloves are gloves that do not have any holes in any of the fingers. So with the left-sided gloves, 13 of them are still good. So that is 59%. That is good. And on this side, we have 9 gloves that are good out of the 26, so that made it 30%. So you could see that based on my gloves alone, that there are more gloves with holes on my right hand side. I'm right-handed, so I use a lot of the my right hand to pull out weeds, and that is why I have holes in the gloves, not because I was using it to mix soil or the plants or any other gardening related activities that I was doing with the gloves. So now let's talk about what could be some of the reasons that would make the right hand sided gloves worse. I use the gloves for weeding a lot, and I would say that the reason there are more holes on my right hand sided glove is because I'm right-handed and I weed with my right hand, and I'm doing this motion a lot. And that's why most of the time you see holes in my forefinger, my pointy finger, and my middle finger. I would say 99 to 100% of the time is what's causing the holes due to weeding, is digging into the soil. And I think that the soil is very, is very harmful to the gloves. The soil is very drying. If you have not noticed, when I'm trying to pull weeds, like with my bare hand, for example, my finger will be dry so quickly. So anyway, let me pause again because there's a delivery person. All right, hopefully there's not going to be any more interruptions. So back to what was stated earlier. So it's this motion and the soil is very drying. And I think because the soil is drying, I would say that there's a lot of grit or friction within the soil or within the motion that we are doing when we're doing this. That motion and with that friction with the soil, over time you're going to get that hole. And that's the result of what I have been seeing. And I just noticed that maybe the last 2 years or so, I was like, there's got to be a correlation between my right-handed glove versus my, my left-sided glove. Hopefully I didn't say that incorrectly. So right versus left. Could it be the gloves itself? Maybe it's, it's not made out of good material. That's a possibility. I mean, if it's made with better material, it would last longer. Now, I could not tell you how long these gloves, each pair of gloves, have lasted me, just because I haven't been, paying close attention. But I would say if I did a lot of weeding per growing, for each season, I would say I could damage, the right-sided glove for that short amount of time. It could happen. Or if I'm not doing a lot of weeding, it could take a full growing season, a full year, for example. So it just depends. So I really can't say the glove is bad. Now, I will say that sometimes, depending on how the gloves have been sewn, there could be a tear, like where the seam is. Like in this case, we get a tear in the seam. That's not the result of the motion that I would be using to pull weeds. So in this case, it has to do with the way the glove has been sewn. It might not be good. Now, I don't know about you, but I do not wash my gloves like I should. I very rarely wash the gloves. If I do, it'll be just rinsing out at the end of the day. I don't put it in the washing machine. I don't know if you do. I don't know if we're supposed to wash them. Please tell me if you wash yours, if they're even washable. I should be paying attention next time to the label to see if they could be washed. It's my fault for destroying these gloves, because you already know, based on that 59% of this side of the glove, the left-handed side of the glove, not having damage. And I would say that more likely these got damaged also because I was using the the left sided glove as my right hand because, for example, I couldn't find the other side, or the other side was already had holes in there, so I was more likely doing this kind of thing. So that's a possibility too, and I'm pretty sure half of this I could say was because I did that. So I would say, if you, just based on my experience here, if I weren't, digging with my fingers in, when I'm pulling weeds, most of these would not have holes in there. I'm pretty sure of that at least half would not have holes, or have holes very fast. So I need your help. Please, if you know of any gloves that you have used that have worked for you for a long period of time, I would say more than a year. If you know of any company, please let me know and let us know, so we could think about it, ponder on it, and see if it would worth our investment to go buy from that company that you are recommending. It would have to be the same work that we are putting into the gloves to, I guess what am I trying to say? So it would have to be good enough gloves that can endure a lot of weeding that someone like me would do. For example, somebody would be doing a lot of weeding, and those gloves that you are recommending would be able to withstand all that friction, all that pressure that we put onto the gloves. So in the meantime, here are some things that I could do to help extend the shelf life of these gloves. Make sure that I rinse these off with water after using them, and pop them into the washer on a regular basis. So maybe that will help extend the shelf life, and we'll see how that goes. As far as whether I'm going to stop weeding or weeding less, I can't guarantee that, because as gardeners, we always have to be on top of weeding. So with that, please let me know what your experience has been with your own gardening gloves. If you have better luck than I have, if you're in the same spot as me and you're looking for better gloves. So hopefully this video will help you out. Maybe you didn't know about, the soil being more drying, that it could create friction with your gloves, with that, the weeding motion. Hopefully somebody will recommend us to better gloves from other companies. And also, if you have any tips or tricks that you use to pull weeds better without damaging gloves, please let us know that as well. I hope this video has been enjoyable for you and that you found some of it helpful. So thank you so much again for watching this video, and until the next one, I hope you take care. Bye for now.